guys, Colleen from Walking the Resonant Path here. I just wanted to do a book review with you for the book that I've just finished reading called Welsh Witchcraft, and that is by Mara Starling. Now, unlike most of the other books I've done so far, as I said, I generally review books I really like, and I did really like this one, but I would actually probably give it 3.5 to 4 stars, not 5, because I wasn't totally over the moon with it. And when I do that, it doesn't mean that there's anything actually wrong with the book. It just means it either didn't gel with me, or felt like there was something missing, or that I felt like it needed more of something. Generally those reasons that I would lower to 3.5 to 4 stars. If I go to 1 star, then you know it was a shocker in some way. Okay, if I give no stars, then it was really mean or appalling about something, or racist or something like that. But this wasn't like that, so 3.5 to 4 stars. And I'll just read the back for you. It says, a new approach to witchcraft based on Welsh tradition. Enter a world of sacred lakes, healing herbs, spectral hounds, and the mighty red dragon. Written by a Welsh practitioner, this inspiring book shares the magical traditions of Wales, including fairies, folklore, and charms, with dozens of hands-on activities. Mara Starling shows you how you can incorporate Welsh and Celtic magic into your modern witchcraft practice, with exercises for celebrating those who came before, protecting against adversity, changing the weather, and more. You'll also discover methods for honouring the land and ways to connect with Cerridwen, Rhiannon, and other deities. Welsh Witchcraft invites you to explore this country's rich heritage and use it to empower your spirituality. Okay, so what I really did like about this book is I liked the stories of Mara and how she personally interacted with Welsh witchcraft. And the good thing was to see a different point of view, because Mara Starling is actually a transgender woman. And it was good to see it from that point of view, because I don't often get to see that point of view. The rest of you may know more books, so if you do, please let me know. But it was really good to see, that point of view, because she tells about how she encountered witchcraft and the way she came into it and how she connected with her witchcraft of the land from which she was born. So that was very interesting. And I really liked that. And I also, it was truly an introduction to Welsh witchcraft, which she did as separate to Celtic. A totally separate thing, Welsh on its own, which I thought was very interesting, because usually when I read about Celtic witchcraft, I read it all mushed into one, or specifically very Irish or very Scottish, it tends to be. But so this was really great for that. Now, the issue I kind of had was she didn't write enough, I don't think. That's what I felt. It was missing enough about the gods and the goddesses and the deities of Wales. I think she was too scant on for the number of them she did and the amount of information she gave, except for Cerridwen, who had her own chapter, and that was a great chapter. I really did like that chapter. But even for, I'm not a beginner, and I haven't been a beginner for years. I read about different cultures and different religions since I could open a book, which I was very small from when I could read, and I'm a prolific reader. And I've been reading it for all my life. Plus, I've been practicing magic since 15, 16. So, I tried to cast my mind back to see what I would feel like as a beginner. And even as a beginner, I think you need a bit more about the Welsh deities, and a bit more Welsh deities, because there was only about 5 or 6 Welsh deities discussed. And I think if you're going to claim that that's a lot of what the book is about, then you need more of that in it. And I also think you needed more exercises. I mean, there were quite a reasonable amount of exercises, but I think they were quite scant in their content and scant in sort of the amount, and a bit more discussion on the way they connect and why they connected with that specific deity. I would have liked more of that, and that's why I gave the 3.5 stars, the 3.5 cauldrons, sorry. 3.5 to 4 cauldrons. And I mean, you could think totally different. You could think, wow, that's plenty, that's overwhelming if you're a beginner. Well, if you're a beginner, it may be overwhelming to you. But I tried to cast my mind back as a beginner, but I think still as a beginner, I would have liked more. But she did do a good thing, which is give you a bibliography at the back, where you could get more information for these things. So that was a really excellent thing. And so I will see if I can see the contents page, and I will read you the contents. There's Chapter 1, Finding the Welsh Witch. What is a witch? Magical specialist and terminology of magic in Wales to live a life of enchantment. Chapter 2, A Brief History of Magic and Witchcraft in Wales, Pagan Wales, Welsh Magical Specialists, The Witch Hunts in Wales, Modern Witchcraft in Wales, Welsh Traditional Witchcraft. The Sacred Landscape, What It Means to be Celtic, Magic of the Language, Sacred Spaces and Places, Sacred Lakes, Wales and Their Magic. Chapter 4, Legends of the Land. What is Welsh mythology? Anafun, the Celtic Otherworld. Quinn Anafun, the realm of the King of the Fairy, and where to go next. Beyond Human, Divinities of the Land, working with deities as a witch. The Deities of Wales, which is I thought was a bit light on. Modron, the Great Mother. Rhiannon, the Goddess of Sovereignty. Lear, the Divine Power of the Sea. Briant, the Fiery Goddess of Spring and Healing. And Gwydion, the Magician. And besides Cerridwen and Taliesin, they're pretty much who she does, and I think it needed more, because if you're going to say it's about that, then really, really make it about that. Then there's the chapter on Cerridwen, which I love. This is probably my favourite chapter in the book. And there's Hans Taliesin, the Tale of Taliesin and the Witch's Cauldron. Then chapter 7, Fairy Tales of Wales, my personal explanation of fairy tales in Wales. The Tale of the Red Dragon of Wales, the Perils of the Fairy Harp. The Tale of the Cat, Witches and the Conjurer. Living the Legends. Then chapter 8, Welsh Fairies, which I also love this chapter as well. The Lydian Me, Fairies of Wales, the I'm probably going to say this wrong, the Twelfth Teg, Bendith e Mamu, the Gwydion, the Elilian, the Changelings, the Allies, Foes, or both, and ways to connect with the spirits of your home. Then chapter 9, Practical Welsh Witchery, the spoken word as a magic art, the working circle, an example of modern Welsh folk ritual magic, the witch light. Then there is Sinwer, constructing your own charms, fetish of protection and luck, folk magic methods of healing, weather spells, cursing and baneful magic. There's chapter 10, the virtues of the natural world, the Welsh witch's herbal, connecting with the spirits of nature, the virtues of trees and wood. Then there's chapter 11, the ever-turning cycle, spring, summer, autumn, winter, ancestral magic, the winter solstice, happy new year. David's Saint Duen's Day, and I'm probably butchering the name, so I apologise for that. Will E. Cawilin, Candlemas or Quill Bryant. And conclusion, where to go next, recommended reading, and there's a glossary and a bibliography and an index. So as I said, I did really enjoy reading this book, and I really enjoyed the point of view, but I just thought it lacked a few things. So therefore, 3.5 to 4 cauldrons. Okay, well I hope you have a glorious day and do whatever resonates within your soul. Bye now.